on our way to the Hard Rock Cafe to meet with our tour.
That's a very good point.
So once you're ready, our bus is ready too.
We're ready.
We're ready.
So just the coffee, just finish it right now. The bus is ready. Finish.
Grace,
She's getting out.
are you sick, Grace?
I got the suds.
Got it.
Place now to Mont Serrat. That will take us about 50 minutes. To your left-hand side, that is Casa Batlló. Do you know who designed it?
Gaudi.
Gaudi, very good. But I won't give you much credit because it's written on the facade, you know?
So right now we're at Mont Serrat, which stands.
It means jagged mountain.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
And valles means valleys in Spanish. So it's actually called the Valley of Valleys.
Okay.
And that river down there, that's the Llobregat River. Okay, it goes all the way to the Mediterranean Sea that is over there many times. You see between those mountains that you see nothing, that's the Mediterranean Sea. And that mountain over there at the very end, you see that one with the tower, a little bit? Well, that's Tibidabo Mountain, and right behind it, it's Barcelona. If you want to have the best view of Montserrat and you want to do a little hiking, I recommend going to that cross there. St. Michael's Cross. It's like 15 minutes up, 20 minutes down. Well, because it's also a children's choir. Boys. It's actually the oldest children's choir in the world. This one. And actually only between 9 to 14, because after 14 years old, children lose their beautiful voice and they become men. And they cannot sing beautifully any longer. Yeah, that's, in the past, if a child used to sing very beautifully, they normally would stop that child from becoming a man. You know, castration was applied. Yeah. And
that doesn't happen anymore.
I don't know, I haven't checked. I think that the last official castration was in the 30s.
Oh my God.
So it wasn't that long
That you
ago.
know of. I don't know. I don't see it.
Actually, there are monks living here. Okay, there are monks live here right now, 50 monks, and they used to be, students from this school, and some of them might be castrated. So don't check underneath the cloak to see that. However, that's St. Michael's funicular. Okay, it's a funicular that goes up and down the mountain. You can actually take that.
You can?
Yeah, totally, and I highly recommend that for your free.
Even like he was a little super familiar.
Yeah.
Right.
You've all been to the Sagrada Familia.
Yes.
Sounds familiar?
Yeah.
Tell us
The
about it.
Passion facade was designed by this architect called Subirats. And so, Gaudi designed the whole building, but since he's dead now, Subirats is, designing the new facade. However, this is not just an ordinary sculpture, okay? This is Saint George, San Jordi in Catalan. And it's very important for Catalonia, so I'll explain why. If the Black Madonna is a saint patroness of Catalonia, this is the patron of Catalonia. So they're put together in here. There's a whole legend around San Jordi. And like many legends, it begins with a dragon. There was a dragon that was terrorizing a kingdom, thousands of years ago, I'd say, terrorizing a kingdom, burning everything down, and every time the dragon went to burn the city, the dragon would eat a woman, okay, grab a woman and devour her. So the king came up with a solution. Every woman should write down her name and put it in a box, and then randomly they would pick a name, and that woman would have to sacrifice herself to be eaten by the dragon, to go to the dragon's cave, and that would avoid the dragon going to the city. So that system kept going for a while until the name of the princess was picked. So the princess started going up to the dragon's cave, and she found a knight on the way. It was George, the knight George. So George fell completely in love with the princess. So George went up and stabbed the dragon right through the heart. And the blood of the dragon started to flow from the wounds, and as soon as it touched the ground, a beautiful rose grew. And the knight cut that rose and gave it to the princess. Actually, this is so important because it happened on the 23rd of April, which is the same day that Cervantes and Shakespeare died, the same day. So it's also the International Book Day. So instead of celebrating Valentine's Day, here in Catalonia we celebrate San Jordi's Day. So, according to the tradition, a man should give a rose to a woman, and the woman will give a book to the man. Now, if I gave a rose to my girlfriend, she would throw it directly at my head for not giving her a book, so we don't do that anymore. We just exchange books and roses. It doesn't matter your gender. Cool. So if you want to come back to Barcelona, come on the 23rd of April because it's super beautiful. All the streets are full of roses and books. And
This Valentine's
legend
Day,
of
Justin,
St.
what
George.
we book?
That's a great.
And a book to my
I like
I like the
that.
tradition.
That's so much better than New York.
Valentine's Day is just like cheesy and
Overpriced
So you
flowers.
guys are hearing me say it now. So I can't complain if I don't get roses.
That's
Just
right.
ask for books.
No, the book is just because it's on the 23rd of April, and Cervantes and Shakespeare died on that day.
oh right. Okay, got it.
This is the museum. You can also do that during your free time. It's €9 the entrance, and if you like art, I highly recommend it because it's Dali, Picasso, Renoir, Caravaggio. There are only 2 Caravaggios in Spain. One of them is here. This church wasn't built in one specific date, like so many cathedrals, so many churches. It's been built over and over again because it keeps getting destroyed. Napoleon himself destroyed the whole thing, burned everything down. I call this the fascist facade because it was built on the 40s under Franco's command. In the past, before the 40s, people would come here and see the basilica straight away. But Franco said, no, I want them to see me first. So here in Mont Serrat, this was a place for clandestine masses in Catalan. It's been a refuge for Catalan people since the beginning of times. So that's why this place is so important right now. And without further ado, let's get inside.
Oh, the inside's way nicer than the outside.
The art is ridiculous. Okay, since the basilica is going to close in like 2 minutes because the mass is about to start, how about we go inside first and then let's talk about everything else.
Let's do it.
Actually, there's one thing I want you to notice inside the basilica. First thing, if you want to see the Black Madonna, just look to the bottom and then up, and you will see her. It's in a golden throne, you won't miss her. The chandeliers all around, because normally churches tend to have lots of chandeliers, but they all look the same. Here, you will find 2 of them that look the same, because they are gifts from every country and a lot of counties around Catalonia. And this is inside and on the
Lots of chandeliers. All of these chandeliers are gifts to the church. And one that's kind of a cool one is this one here. This is from the football team of Barcelona. How old is the Black Madonna?
From the 9th century. Yeah, it's very old. Actually, there's a whole story around it. It's very. When Napoleon was invading Spain, well, invading whole Europe and Spain as well, have you ever heard about guerrilla war? Okay, actually, there's a Spanish war. It's guerrilla. Guerrilla was just wait for the army, for the French army to fall asleep, go to their camp, kill 4 or 5 soldiers, and then go back. Napoleon was furious about that with the Spanish army. And so he said, okay, you like that little Black Madonna of yours? Well, say goodbye to it. And so he sent 3,000 soldiers to destroy the whole basilica and the Black Madonna. So only 1,000 villagers and farmers came up here to defend this as much as they could. One of those villagers had a son, which was a little boy 10 years old, and he was a drummer. And that little boy started. So the Napoleon army freaked out and turned back. And then they said, let's come another day, because they thought there was, an entire army waiting for them, and they couldn't see anything. So they said, let's come another day, because maybe there's a lot of people and they know the terrain, we don't. So let's come another day. They came 2 days later, and those 2 days gave time to the monks to make a replica of the Black Madonna, to dress it with the same clothes, and to put it there, and hid the original one in one of those farmers' lands. So 2 days later, they came up here and they destroyed everything. It was brutal, one of the most brutal destructions during the Napoleon times. Yeah, everything. And once Napoleon found out about that child, he sent the soldiers to look for that child, tortured him for 3 days straight, and eventually killed him. But it's the story of how a 10-year-old boy stopped 3,000 French soldiers all by himself, with nothing but drums. So if you go to the Wax Museum, and save the Black Madonna.
That's a good story.
That's the story. Yeah, it's very beautiful. I mean, there's a lot of stories around here in Mont Serrat. It's a beautiful place. Here, after you confess, you can do it if you haven't confessed. If you want to, you can light a candle to make a wish. According to the whole tradition, once the candle completely melts, it means that your wish has come true. So, what do the monks do with the remaining wax? Well, they take it, they mix it all together, and they make these big candles here. So, metaphorically, these candles are made out of all the wishes that have come true. So, if you want to make a wish, you just don't light your candle with, a normal lighter. You light your candle using these big candles in here. light them, and then you're helping yourself with everybody else's wishes that had already come true. That's the whole ritual around these candles of Mont Serrat. So, normally in cathedrals and churches, this room, this passage is inside the cathedral. So why is here outside? Why is here outside? Well, because the real cathedral is this one. It's Mont Serrat itself, the mountain. It's not this. This was man-made. This was made by God himself. This fountain comes from a lake hidden inside the mountain. When Jules Verne wrote Journey to the Center of the Earth, he described the entrance to the center of the earth through a lake that was inside a mountain with a weird shape. So, I mean, nowadays we know that's fiction, but back then people thought that it was real. So a lot of people got lost in this mountain looking for the entrance to that lake, the lake where this water comes from. You can drink it, it's completely drinkable, but there's something they say about this water. It's supposed to have powers. The power of making a woman pregnant if you drink from it. So, in the past, you know, there were a queue of women coming up here to drink from this water so they could get pregnant more easily. Yeah.
You guys, peer pressure.
Oh my God.
right now.
No one's ever drank it before.
Oh God.
Drink more, Vanessa.
Showing me like you're supposed to drink a straight.
We're
Justin's
literally
gonna
all
get
gonna
pregnant.
drink it.
Not careful, you'll get pregnant.
That's delicious.
Oh, okay.
There she is. Pick twins. Push for twins, babe.
Yes, Katie. Oh my God, Katie took
Two.
Yes.
I'm saying this now.
It's man time.
Grace needs to.
I like that.
Very nice.
Jesus.
Very mineral.
Katie's gonna get pregnant, yo. She don't need to know. She's gonna be super upset when she sees this video. Or she'll be really thankful. You should be thankful. Extra.
That's a lot of water. Like, kid, you gotta drink this whole thing.
Drink this on the bus ride.
We have eight babies in a row. Come on, baby. The powers.
Ooh, I feel it. So these candles are made with wishes. They believe that when the last flame is out of these candles, a wish is made. A wish is granted. If your wish comes true, you have to offer a gift.
Oh, and these are beautiful letters.
Wedding dresses.
This one was a letter that said something like, please, my dad is very, very sick. He's about to die. Please heal him. And if the letter was here, it meant that it came true. That's also...
What are you saying?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. Well, there's also funny stuff in here as well. I mean, this is what you get once you get your driving license in Spain.
Someone got a license?
Yeah, so I imagine there was a guy that came, kept failing over and over again. And he said, please make me pass. And he eventually passed. He said, gracias. So there's a lot of stuff in here. If there's something sad in here, oh, that's the black one. Okay, so yeah. There's lots of other inside here. So if you see something sad in here, don't be sad because it means that it has come true. Yeah.
This is incredible.
Oh, and by the way, just so you know, this is a flag of Catalonia. Okay. Actually, the legend, well, not the legend, the true story around it is that the captain of the troops that fought the first battle of Catalonia was severely injured in the battle. He died in that battle, the captain, and he was carrying a golden shield. So from his wound, he put his hand on his wound, and the four fingers were stained with the blood, and he put his hand like this. These are the four fingers, and this is the golden shield. 4 fingers of blood in a golden background. And just so you know, this is the shape of Catalonia. cross would be up here, and this would be the rest of Spain. Okay. So that's the whole ritual around the Virgin of Mont Serrat. See, that is beautiful. It's a beautiful ritual. It's very meaningful for a lot of people, and if you're Catalan, you would need to come up here walking at least one in your life. So,
Wow. So in case we missed it, this room is where people who got their gifts, their wishes granted, they come here and offer something that represents that wish.
Guys, make space. Give me not much space, but enough.
Is that a lottery ticket?
Yeah, scratches. People have one.
The center of this circle is supposed to summon the power of the universe. If you raise your hands up, the powers of the universe come to you.
This is pretty cool. Honestly, I knew nothing about this. It's very
Okay, so we are taking the, what is this called?
very deaf. I mean, it's fine. They just
This is rehab.
Oh, you think Alberto? It is.
I can see it now. This is like, you can see like Barcelona. Come up here. Do you feel the power of the Black Madonna?
You feel the energy of the universe.
The feminine is mystique.
We're now on our way to the view that our tour guide suggested, and also provides the greatest view. It's a 30-minute walk, so it's a lot. Sometimes in the moment, it's hard to take it all in.
In the videos, all you're gonna hear is. Ooh, look at this. This is steep. Careful.
We're taking this unpaved path.
Careful, everyone.
Looks like we gotta do some climbing.
I'll be right back.
This is what I want to do today. I want to climb a mountain. You gonna climb this? What's it like up there? It's windy up here. Okay, pass me here. Wow.
Probably the highest I've ever been. This gives me a little bit of anxiety. But it's okay. Let's get this piano.
Definitely worth the panoramic shot.
Which way?
Look at the ladies are down there. That's where we left them.
We get a panorama.
What are the thoughts on this mountain?
I hope it's fast.
Breathtaking.
It was dope. I feel like it was a little unexplored.
I looked at you like
But we
this is
could
a
explore it a
bad
little
word.
bit more.
Do you wish we had more free time?
I think if we would have had more free time and I would have had the
better prepared.
the right attire, better prepared. Definitely would have stayed there a little longer, traveled those trails, got up those mountains a little more. Take a picture.
Go hiking.
All right. Top of the mountain, and now we are on our way to go to the museum. We are here. This is Salvador Dali piece. Some Pablo Picasso work. Matthew is not impressed.
Not even close. As you can see, these are stick figures. With a little hula hoop, a little, you know, whatever those are called. And some flowers, very poorly drawn flowers. And I'm assuming this is going to be the sun. And it looks like this guy just took notes on his picture. Just a little bit of notes on the side, you know. But no, I'm not impressed. What do you think? What do you think of this? Do you think this is are you taken away by this picture?
I think an 8-year-old.
I'm pretty sure.
It was Pablo Picasso.
What?
This one's even worse. Look at that.
Wait.
This one is okay. This one is like he tried a little bit on this one. A little bit.
I'm thinking about that. He actually sat here and drew this. That's pretty cool. But I think I could do it. See the orange chicken house over there? It was just like, circle.
Okay, so it's about 1:30. Free time's over. Time to get some food. We're gonna be taking the Mont Serrat train to get to the restaurant in about 25 minutes. To the left or the right side?
Yeah, the right side for the best views.
Right side for best views.
This is perfect. I love this one.
There's a pool. We received our own gazpacho. Like, this wine here is fantastic. We're gonna order some more.
Bravas potatoes.
Bravas potatoes. Here we've got a Catalonia. It's a Catalonian lasagna, basically. Last but not least, the cheesecake.
How many courses was it? Like, we had the gazpacho, the salad, the bread, the main course,
Dessert.
the dessert.
We're forgetting something. Potatoes.
The potatoes.
Potatoes.
That's a lot of food.
Is this else? Okay. Now we are off to go wine tasting.
They make really good traditional beer.
Oh my god.
Is everybody here?
Everybody's,
You wanna open it?
Okay, so let's go already. To have that wine. Finally.
It's gonna make it get warm.
I need a pop.
More.
Yeah, guys, I'm feeling it.